We're back again with more Heroes and Neros. Overlay's been updated slightly. We've now got Finian's stats up, and we're also tracking his HP so we can actually keep a little better track of him.
Also, it's one less job for me.
Yeah, indeed. I
Oh
believe...
man, that portrait is so perfect for him. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know, right?
Through every single
It
one.
was literally the only portrait that was an elf and looked unsure of himself. And we knew in that moment that had to be the portrait of Finian. But, yeah. So, with that, Doom, take it away.
Okie dokie. So, you've just come out of the battle, defeating the mirror. You have taken the knife and wrapped it up and put it into Nargrex's bag. Flint has just gathered a load of loot from one of the chests. And that is where we ended off.
Yeah, I think I healed the party a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that was about it.
Okie dokie. You start to hear a light drum against the outside roof. It sounds like it's starting to rain.
Okay.
Excellent.
Skies weep for what happened to you.
Finian is going to walk over to Flint. Did you find anything nice?
I cannot remember if I did or not, to be honest.
You found a wand of healing with 10 charges in it.
Yeah.
You found some gold. What else did you find?
A bag of
Tricks.
tricks.
And there was some gems, I believe, as well.
So I found some gold, a wand of healing, and a bag of tricks which I would like to keep for myself, if no one else minds. And the rest in here is plenty of gems and other things.
Would you mind sharing some of the gold?
We'll make a
Sure.
mercenary of you yet, lad.
It would be prudent to share our spoils amongst the party, friends.
What gold? I didn't say anything about gold. I hand everyone 50 gold each.
Can I, fucking hell, Christ.
Approximately.
Has you got that much?
200, I think it were.
Did you say 50 each, Si?
Oh,
You got like a couple of hundred, didn't you? So, it's pretty sweet right there.
Make sure you deduct it as well from yours. Flint.
I have done.
Yeah. Hey, I get 50 more. Yay.
You're not poor anymore.
Oh, I mean, still relative.
this time, yeah.
Yeah. He isn't good with money, unfortunately.
I don't remember if we did a sweep of the room.
No, we literally just fought the mirror, didn't we? Because it was pretty much I went in there, cast detect good and evil, went a bit closer, slammed the door, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I know we got the Skyrim end boss loot chest. Is there anything else of interest in the room?
Roll investigation. There's lots of old crates and lots of cobwebs and dustiness. You see a few spiders running around in the rafters.
Cool.
That's about it. Plenty of
Spiders.
ruined furniture.
Cool.
There's a spider near him and he goes right for the door. It opens and he goes out.
Interesting
Are we out
spiders in this mouse. Oh, Vinny? Vinny wants smoke.
I understand a big fan of spiders. Too many legs. I hate things with more than 4 legs.
Nigrex just kind of looks down at the spider, looks quizzically back to Finian, and just kind of goes about his business. Not really understanding quite what the problem is, but kind of respects.
Save.
You want me to make a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Is that because of my sass against spiders?
Yes.
Okay. 13.
I'd say with 13, you beat it. The spider tries to crawl onto your leg, but you move and it just crawls away.
I basically just take a very slight step to the left. Like, maybe a moment like where the spider kind of mirrors me. Sort of like moving and I just kind of managed to step around it.
Damn, I wanted to keep that as a pet.
Oh well, what a shame.
So,
What are you guys going to do now then?
I think Nargrax will chime in and say, considering what we just saw, I'm not really entirely sure what to make of the situation here. It's very possible that Butler may be involved.
No, I think we need to have a word with him.
Yes, but first, rest and revelry, for another battle has been won.
Something else bothers me also. You recall, Flint, that Bradley, when he appeared to you, asked us to find Damien?
He did.
We've not encountered him yet. And frankly, considering what we see in this mansion, I should have imagined that he would have come to face us. Perhaps he's still confined to his room.
Maybe. Surely let us.
Sorry, Flint, you go ahead.
Hopefully, you'll let us in this time.
I'd recommend that, well, Simeon has the best idea. We should recuperate. That was a hard-won fight.
Was.
Let's go check on the lad. See if he remains.
Okie dokie. I assume you guys go back to the second floor then?
Yeah.
The first floor, sorry.
Indeed.
Right, so you go down the hall and you notice that the door is ajar.
I'll step in.
You step into the room and it's exactly as it was last time. But where you've knocked over the toys previously, they were placed back in place.
And about the ones I left at the door.
They are still just right where they were left.
Oh, I guess he didn't want to play with these.
Is there any presence in the room?
I could roll religion just to see whether I can sense
Roll your
something.
religion.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
It's just a room.
How is it I have better religion than the religious guy?
Yeah, I've said that before. I'm not really sure how that's worked out, but there might be an in-law reason for that anyway. I don't sense anything unusual here, Simeon. We might need to come back here during the evening, or it could be possible that defeating the mirror may have had an effect on this place.
Damien, are you in here? We know what happened to you.
You get no response.
Nargrax actually tries. Actually, he says, Simeon, you might want to step to the side for a moment. I'm going to try touching one of the toys again. Nargrax approaches one of the toys and just picks it up. Does anything happen?
Nope.
Nargrax kind of furrows his brow. He picks up a second toy just to make sure it wasn't a fluke.
Just pick up the toy.
Yeah, he is literally just picked up. Okay, Nargrax just places the toy down, turns around, walks out the room. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'd like to go to the door frame and try and kick some dirt back in again.
Yeah, I'll take that suggestion on board. Nargrax will try and do that.
Thank you. Kick some random bits of dirt. One of the toys goes into the room and nothing happens.
Does the dirt kind of go into the room though? Because it was kind of like cut off at the boundary last time. Okay. This room isn't as it was before. As I said, it could be very possible that the mirror may have been sort of what was tethering the four lanes to this world.
I hope it put them all to rest now. I'll give a bow of the head.
If what we saw, considering what we saw, Simeon, we may need to do more yet to honour their memory.
I'd like to check again, in case.
Simeon, roll perception. Even with a 9, you hear a little kind of tap, like something's just fallen. Seems like it's coming from several rooms over. To your left.
You guys, did you hear that?
No. What have you heard, Simeon?
A noise. You may
As you
not,
walk past-
at least not be alone.
As you walk past the door to the last small bedroom, you see a crayon just roll slightly on the floor, looking like it's fallen off the bed. And on the bed, you see a piece of paper that wasn't there last time you were here.
I'm gonna go look at it.
You look at the piece of paper. It's a crude child's drawing of what you suppose would be the stables, with 4 figures and 1 set by a fire, and the small child. There is, in very badly written common, the word I.
Goodbye, young one. I'll take the piece of paper with me.
Okay.
Maybe he's trying to say his eyes at the stable or something. I feel sure we would have noticed it though if it was.
Come, back to the stable. Let us not linger in this place any longer.
I see no reason to remain here.
Okay. As you guys go down to the main hall, you open up the doors and look outside. The rain has gotten quite heavy. Do you still go outside?
Yes.
Okay. You go outside and you walk towards, I'm assuming, the barn?
Yep.
Or stable, sorry.
Stable.
When you get to the stables, you see that the floor is starting to become a bit flooded. There's leaks in the roof, and what little straw was left over there is soaked. The outside of it is becoming muddy.
I could use that tiny hut now.
Kind of.
To rest.
Seems the gods do not want us to linger here.
I don't recall that there were any other places to stay, however. Or perhaps all the establishments were just shut upon our arrival.
Best not travel in such weather. We could take shelter back in the manor. Presence is gone. Seems safe for now.
Nygrak's kind of ponders on it for a moment.
Can I just inspect the stables to see if there's anything different about them with that drawing room?
Roll investigation. The only difference that you can see in the stables is that the water is given way inside it.
So I was hoping we could tell something different with the drawing you found, Simeon, but it just looks like the same stable but wet. Back to the main house it is, I guess.
I was going to suggest that maybe we could also sleep in the servants' quarters, considering there were already sleeping bags in there.
I don't like the idea of using a dead man's sleeping bag, not with what's happened today.
You'll all have your own bedding rolls anyway, from
Why-
the packs, won't you?
Why would we use... we have our own. Why?
Nygrak's kind of like looks blankly for a moment and he just kind of remembers. The point's actually, Simeon, I forgot I had the sleeping bag. I think this is the map I deleted myself from. Actually, yeah,
you're
I'm
the
this
woman
one. Yeah,
What happened here?
I am a woman now.
Oh yeah, this is where Bug's now a lady.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll sleep in this room. I'm just going to put my head down. I don't really feel that great after today.
I will sleep in the same room as Finian, just to kind of keep an eye.
Okay.
Best not sleep alone, just in case. Flint, which bed do you want?
I'm not first. Bed's a bed.
I'll sit on it. I've definitely slept in worse.
As you said that when you sit down, the sheets are very... They've not moved in years, so they kind of creak as you sit on them. Yeah.
Perhaps I'd rather use my sleeping bag than lay on this dusty old bed.
Yes, maybe you're correct. Oh well. What time is it?
It was night when you went in, so it's going to be in the morning at the moment.
Oh,
It'll be
cool.
1 or 2 a.m.
Cool. So, sleep time. Yes. All of you, get some rest. I'll cover the first watch. Need to stay vigilant.
Yeah, Nagrax will just kind of put his head down to have a rest.
I'll post up in the common room or whatever it is.
Okay then. Your watch goes by, the wind howls during the night, and you hear the rain beating heavily against the window. But otherwise, nothing happens. Did you wait for your next watch?
Alright, Nagrax.
Okay then.
Okay.
Rex, you go and take your watch, and yet again, nothing happens. The rain continues to beat heavily. The wind howls, you hear it coming down the chimney where the fireplace is in the kitchen. But otherwise, nothing happens.
Okay. If there's nothing suspicious, I will just go and wake Flint for his watch.
Will this time count as a short?
But this time when you come back, Finian is already awake.
Finian's already awake. Okay, if Finian's already awake, I'll let him take the watch.
Finian smiles and goes outside, and he generally just settles down and meditates throughout his watch. Again, nothing happens.
Okay.
As the morning passes, he lets you all sleep in a little bit longer before eventually coming and rousing you all.
What a nice guy. Oh,
So-
good morning, lad.
Good morning.
Are you feeling
How are
any
your
better?
spirits?
Looks towards the door. It's been coming down quite heavy. It's eased up for a little bit, but it's a bit muddy out there.
Will that count as a long rest, by the way?
Yes. So now everything that you've gotten from your level up is now in effect. And all your hit points are returned.
Desperate to get those spell slots back, huh?
No.
I mean, yeah, I was, to be honest. I had none.
Alright, I guess I'll step outside, see how it's looking.
You step outside. There is a bit of sunshine generally in the air, but the ground is very muddy. Wherever there's trees or bushes, water drips quite feverishly. If you look over towards where the lake is, you see that it seems to have encroached on the shores a bit more than what it was previously.
Yeah, the actual shoreline has, you mean?
Yes.
I always hate a large downpour. Makes it murder on a march.
Dude, did the rain start the instant we defeated the mirror?
Not the instant, no.
Okay.
Can we tell if there's just regular show encroach or something mystical?
For a Arcana, whilst looking at the lake. Seems to just be that the water level's risen a bit from the rain.
I don't think it's anything to worry about. It just seems to have risen from the downpour. Let's go meet Philly. Yes.
Say again, sorry.
Let's go meet Philly at the gate. Hopefully, he'll like what we've discovered. Or not, if he is involved.
I think we should take care to check his reaction when we tell him about some of the events. We might not want to mention the vision straight away.
Start to hear the clop of hooves against stone and the wiggle of a wagon. And you see Fillion approaching the gates. Good morning.
Fillion!
Hello. You seem to be in decent spirits.
And good reason too. Mission accomplished. We've solved your ghost problem.
You've solved it?
Yes. The presence seems to be gone, from what we can tell.
With that, he looks at the manor with a frown on his brow, then looks back at you. He holds up a hand and starts to trace a sigil in the air. Light remains floating in the air where his finger has been. He then closes his eyes with the hand palm open facing the manor. A moment passes.
Can I
and then he lowers his hand. Go ahead.
As he's drawing the sigil, can I roll legend to see if it's sort of like some sort of... It's not like a cleric sort of spell.
I'd say roll Arcana.
Arcana for that, okay.
Yes. That's 20.
No.
Okay. You can tell that spell, it seems to be some form of detect good and evil, but with a much larger range on it.
Okay. I kind of just made mental note, I don't reveal information.
He lowers his hand and then looks at you all. How did you do that? People have been trying for decades to clear this house.
None of our predecessors had our skill.
Well, clearly. Oh my god, the young master will be thrilled to hear this. Just hold for 1 second. He traces another sigil in the air and holds his hand out. And a minute passes, quite awkward silence. And a bird lands on his hand. It seems to be some kind of small falcon. He takes a small note out of his pocket and attaches it to its leg, and the bird flies away. I've just sent that off to the young master. He will be sending a reward to your guild house for you. Is there anything in particular you would like? I can edit the notes whilst it's still in transit magically.
I just look at Nargrax, hopefully he can convey, but it's should we tell him what we've discovered? So look.
Nargrax kind of looks towards Flint. He kind of just gives him an acknowledging nod, and then he kind of turns to Fillion. Oh, sorry, his name is Fillion, isn't it? The butler?
Yes.
Yeah. Says Fillion, and just says, I have to say, as much as Simeon sort of is praising our accomplishments, it was a hard-won fight. We faced many obstacles. In particular, we faced some sort of mirror in the attic. Do you happen to know, sort of if the Four Lions kept any unusual artifacts? I'm watching his reaction, by the way, as I'm asking him this question.
Yep.
He thinks for a moment. There were various magical weaponry from back when the master used to explore. There was a few wands that I know of. There was a silvered mace that used to be in one of the lounges. I can't really say I know too much about the items they possessed. I didn't exactly live here, so...
Actually, the one thing that I will probably do at this point, and I don't know if I regret this honestly, is, do you know the knife in my bag?
Yes.
It is wrapped up at the moment, isn't it, as per last session?
Yes.
I take the knife out of my bag, I hold it in front of him and said, "You know anything of this?"
He looks at the knife for a moment. Can't say that I know of it. It's looks to be an interesting thing. He reaches out for the knife.
I kind of like move my hand away as he reaches out. Said, "Some rather unusual things happened whenever any of us came into contact with this knife, so I wouldn't recommend that you touch it."
Oh, I see. He pulls his hand back pretty much instantly.
Doom, can I roll insight to see if he's holding back anything
Go ahead,
from the
yeah.
moment that I reveal the knife?
He doesn't seem to be holding anything back at all.
Doesn't seem to be holding anything back. Okay. I just put the knife away in that case, and yeah, I don't really think Nygrax has much else to say for the time being. He'll just let one of the others take the lead in the conversation.
What was the name of the I didn't note it down.
elf.
The half elf guy.
Yeah, the
No,
Val.
not the butler. Valen.
Yeah, Nygrax was tempted to ask about Valen, but he's kind of just waiting for someone else to take over the conversation because he just doesn't want to be seen to push too hard.
Villian, you said the half elf Velen now resides in Kron, yes?
Oh, yes. He has a trading business there. I believe he mostly helps to trade the farm stock, etc. You know, like grains and carrots and things like that. But he also dabbles in scrolls as well.
Oh, excellent. We'll make sure to pay him a visit. Tell him the good news. I'm sure he'd like to know that the house is now at rest.
Oh, I'm sure he will be thrilled about that, yes. He found it difficult to come back here after everything that happened. His shop is in the trade district. What is its name? I believe it was Velen's trade goods set. Very simple, I know, but it should be down on the main trade street. It's not a very large shop. He keeps his stock in a warehouse off-site.
Well, bear it in mind, I think, considering they had such close ties to the family, the least we can do is to let him know in person that his old friends are at rest.
Ah, yes, I do definitely agree with that. Well, I suppose you'll be wanting your whacking back.
Yes, I presume there's no further business here.
Oh, before I forget, I do have today's gold. Here, he hands everyone a bag of 10 gold, and you notice that he actually passes through the gates behind you the bags.
Yeah, so now.
So everyone add 10 gold to your amounts.
Yep.
Will do.
There should be a fairly good, as I said before, there should be a good payout waiting for you when you actually reach your guild hall. It will be sent immediately by a larger hawk that can actually carry a bit more gold than obviously the messenger hawk that I just used. Well, if you don't mind, I would appreciate if you would drop me off in town. The roads have gotten quite muddy recently. The downpour, well, it definitely wasn't the nicest of things.
Yes, of course.
On the horse trail above way, the canopy that you bought is currently over it.
Cool.
Except from the rain.
Cool.
Is there anything that you need to get before you leave?
I think we've been well stocked with supplies since you've quite generously provided us with sustenance for the time that we've been here. In fact, did you bring any sandwiches for us today by chance?
Oh yes, of course, sandwiches. But 1 second. He just goes into the back of the carriage and quickly pulls out 4 lunch boxes and hands them to each of you.
Ah, thank you.
I always like a snack on the road.
I believe that this will cover our needs for sustenance on the way back.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's be going then. And with that, he goes and hops into the cart. Would you like me to drive, or would one of you like to drive?
I think Nygrax might try to drive this time, since he was kind of watching Simeon the last time.
Okay then. Everyone
I'll
jumps
sit up front with him. Is there 2 jeeps up front on this, or is it just one up front?
It's a bench, so you can fit 2.
I like how the initial
I'll sit up
reaction is,
front with him.
now Grex wants to drive, he must be supervised.
I'll sit at the back. Which are we?
Okay.
Come now, Grax. I'll show you the ropes.
I mean,
Little joke there.
The thing is, though, Simeon, I learned how the ropes worked thanks to you. I was admittedly a bit unsure the last time we did this, but I've always had a rather natural affinity with animals. I'm sure it can't be that hard.
Then take the reins, as it were.
Now,
Another
Grex,
little sting for you.
now Grex takes the reins.
Okay. You start to lead the horses back, and I'm going to say make an animal handling check, but I'm going to give you advantage. I'm just going to say you just make the roll. You don't get advantage because you're going to have disadvantage without Simeon.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, I have +4 in animal handling, by the way. So I don't know if that would have made a difference.
Okay, 16. Yeah, you managed to lead the horses and keep them on the road without issue. Really
Ironically, you have a higher bonus to your animal handling than I do.
It's just Nigrex has no common sense, so he didn't really realise that that could be a transferable skill.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to the town. No incidents. The modes are particularly muddy, you notice, as you're travelling. And once you reach the edge of the town, the butler hops off. Alright, well, I suppose this is where we'll part. It's been a pleasure, and I believe the young master will be thrilled beyond belief that you have come and helped us so much. You have done what many others couldn't.
Give our regards to the young master. And the next time we're in town, I'm going to hold you to that drink.
That sounds like a
I'll give
plan.
him a predator handshake.
It means it.
He gives it you
Simeon
back, and he squeezes. And you can feel him squeeze.
Nigrex will also shake his hand as well, just out of courtesy.
He will shake your hand, and expecting the same thing, he will squeeze.
Nigrex will try to oblige. I hope there isn't going to be an opposed jump check and you'll kind of like flip me over if I fail.
I'm going to say make a constitution save.
Right.
Why do I talk myself into these situations?
Constitution. He's got poison in the skin like a frog.
15.
Okay. He squeezes your hand, and for a second you nearly kind of squint your eyes, but you just smile and return the squeeze back equally.
I have to say, Philin, you have a rather firm grip. It's quite impressive, actually.
I'm 250 years old. I would hope I would have a decent grip by now.
Yes, indeed. Well, all the best to you and the young master, and I wish you well.
And you too. Good day.
I'll get back onto the carriage and take the reins again.
He puts his arms behind his back and he starts to walk into town. So you guys go back on the road?
As he leaves, can I just sort of turn back? Just give him one last look?
Go ahead. You give him another look.
Just a lingering glance.
He doesn't look back. He just keeps...
I trust him, but there's still that lingering bit of doubt, like, maybe...
You do notice
nothing
he's
suspicious.
walking a bit more lively than when you've seen him before.
What was that, sorry, dude?
Notice that when he's walking a little bit more lively than he was before.
Alright then.
Okay then. So what do you guys do now then?